So the Golden State Warriors will take on the Los Angeles Lakers, and it will be rain day. That is right. The Golden State Warriors will be at home for Game 1 of the NBA season. First off, the NBA season is here, and that is more than exciting news. I cannot wait. But they will get the ring ceremony and end up playing the Lakers, and we'll see what the end result is. I actually think the Warriors are going to lose to the Lakers tonight. That's just me personally. But nonetheless, whatever the result is, the big question is, can the Warriors repeat this year? I still think the Warriors are arguably, if not the best team in the league. I mean, beyond them winning a championship, but I think even if you look across the board, I think that they're still just a monstrous team. They have so much youth, so much talent, so much depth. It's crazy. It's crazy to think about. But there also is a lot of just problems and questions, right? I mean, this team has more controversy surrounding it than I think it's ever had, and it's in this era of this adaptation of the Warriors. And I think that is definitely something cause of concern. I think that the Warriors are going to lose to the Lakers today. I don't think it'll be a big deal if the Warriors lose to the Lakers. I just think, one, the Lakers really want this win to kind of like show people like, oh, we're legit this year. Two, the Warriors, I don't think really care as much as the Lakers do. Three, I think that it's the ring ceremony, and if you look at like most of the just sports in general, when a team gets their rings, they usually lose that game. I think it's just, the other team really just kind of uses that as motivation. The team that is getting their rings are really emotional and excited, and it's just a great day, and the other team just wants to play spoiler. I think that's what it really is. So I do think that the Lakers win, and I do think that some of the conversation could be like, is the Warriors, are the Warriors ready? Like, what is going on? Is Draymond an issue in the locker room and all that stuff? Like, I think that could be the discussion, because that's just how the media works. Now, I don't think that it means anything. I think it means that the Warriors just, they just have the finals hanging over. They just got their rings and they lose. I'm not saying they will lose. I'm just saying that if they do, I could see that being the conversation and narrative. Not to mention, but you have the whole Jordan Poole and Draymond Green thing, right? They're keeping a professional relationship, but are they going to be able to maintain that this entire season? Because that's going to keep getting brought up. That's going to keep being a narrative. That's going to keep being part of the discussion. If there's any little spat or anything this season with anybody, this is going to get referenced. This is going to get brought up. This is going to be drama and just chaos. And it's just, I definitely think that Draymond Green is a huge importance to the Warriors, but is he going to be a distraction this year, right? Like, the whole contract negotiations is going to be lingering. Are they going to pay Draymond? Are they not? Is this his last year? Is this not his last year? If he has a poor season and he's not looking too good, like, does the conversation just start shifting on him? It's just a lot to take in for a Warriors team and a Draymond Green situation. And, and then of course you're probably going to have trade talks. Are the Warriors just going to lose him for nothing? Are they going to end up trading him? What's going to happen? Like, it's just a lot that is going to just kind of be orbiting around the Warriors that they didn't really have before. Last time they had a real bit of controversy was Draymond Green and Kevin Durant, and look how that season turned out. I mean, look, they still made it to the finals, and injuries is what cost them, but they were never really the same. Like, they were never really the same. They really you could tell that there was issues in that locker room, and you could tell that you knew Kevin Durant was leaving. You knew this is the last season of Kevin Durant. Like, and that's the problem. That's kind of how this feels. Only difference is this feels like it's the last season of Draymond Green. It seems like Draymond Green is going into his last year. Now, he might opt in next season. Very likely what's going to happen is his agent is going to look around and try to find a deal that can kind of maybe do 4 years, $20 million a year or something like that. And then he'll opt out. Otherwise, I think he opts in. And I wouldn't be surprised if he demands a trade or requests a trade, or the Warriors just try to trade him. It's just something to keep in mind. I just think that this is going to be a big sort of dark cloud that's just going to be hanging over the Warriors all season. If they're struggling at any points, like all teams do, I don't care how good of a team you are, you still have, over an 82-game season, little stretches where you struggle. It's going to be interesting to see how it plays out. Warriors made their decision, right? I think we saw the extension of Jordan Poole and Andrew Wiggins. I think kind of just was that signal to Draymond, like, hey, this is it, buddy. Enjoy your last like year or so. And look, maybe they do extend him. It doesn't mean that they won't. I just think that, I just think that they made their decision. I think they made it loud and clear. Like, hey, this is what is going on. And look, I think they made the right move. I think they made the right choice. I think Andrew Wiggins and Jordan Poole are more important for now and the future than Draymond Green is. I think Draymond is clearly seeing a decline. He's having health issues that he's been able to avoid up to this point. I think what Draymond provides this team, yes, is immeasurable. I think it's beyond the box scores and stuff, but I think that this team is good enough to weather without him. I just think they have just too good of talent, just pure talent, that without Draymond Green, they could still get the job done. They have a lot of youth. They have a lot of just skill set. Klay Thompson's even going to have to be paid soon. But I think Klay Thompson would take a discount. I don't think Draymond Green will take a discount. I think Draymond feels like he wants his max money. And I think if he was to ever take a discount, I think he'd take a discount elsewhere. Like, I could see him taking a discount to go to the Lakers or like Detroit or something like that. I could. Just out of spite. Just as in like, okay, you don't want to pay me what I'm worth? Okay, fine. Like, I could see Draymond going to like the Lakers for like $15 million a year, even if the Warriors offered him like $18 to $20 million a year. Just because I think he'd look at it as like, you've never paid me what I'm worth. I'm arguably the most valuable player in this entire era next to Steph, and you still have never paid me. I'm gone. Whether that's true or not, that I guarantee you that's how Draymond looks at it. Like, okay, like, you don't want to pay me? Like, you're right, I will take a discount. I'm just not going to take the discount for you. I'm going to take the discount elsewhere. And look, I don't think Draymond is worth the $100 million a year that the Warriors would have to pay, because if they sign him, especially for a max, it's going to be like $100 million a year. They're going to have to pay $513 million next season for this team. That is insane. That's just the tax. That's not even counting their salaries. They're paying like $750 million for this team. That is mind-blowing to me. And so I think Draymond Green is on his way out. I think he knows that. I think the organization knows that. I think everybody kind of knows that. I don't think anyone's going to protest like they once would have, right? Like Steph and everybody, I think, was protesting. Like Draymond, he's as big a part of this as we are. He needs to be paid. He needs his money. You have seen Steph kind of get quiet. I just don't think that they're going to bat for him anymore. I think him make, as much as they're trying to downplay it and say, oh, it has no impact and significance on his contract, I absolutely think it does. I absolutely think it does. You just punched their young up-and-coming star in the face and almost knocked him out. There is video showing how just brutal of an attack that was. Like, people say like, oh, this stuff happens all the time. Not like that. Not like what we saw. Not just that, but you usually don't see it. Like even the Kerr and Jordan thing, right? Like, I've even brought that up and mentioned it. If anyone could kind of help mediate this, it'd be Steve Kerr, right? Difference is that nobody knew that happened until like 20 years later. Like, nobody knew that was an actual incident until 20 years later. And at that point, it didn't matter. And you didn't have media, you didn't have everything else like you do. Like, now, every time something goes wrong this season, the entire conversation is going to be about Draymond Green and is he a cancer for this team? That's what it's going to be every single time. Now, I do think that it's very likely this team could, it's the Warriors, right? Every year you think that they're not, it's like Tom Brady and the Patriots. Right? Every year you're like, oh, they're done. This is it. They're in another championship and they win one. It's like, God, that's the Warriors. Right? And I still think that they are one of, if not the best team in the league. It's just, can they keep their heads on the prize? Can they stay focused? Is this whole mess going to be, because the problem is that Draymond has always been the sort of, shifter, right? he's always been the one that's like, hey, guys, come on, we got this goal. Let's do this. Like, hey, quit sulking, quit this, quit that. Just that no-nonsense BS type Draymond. Problem is that does he keep them on track the way he used to? Or does he look at it as like, you know what? Like, these people, like, I don't need to be here. They don't want me here. Like, I don't know. Are we going to get a different Draymond is my point. I do think that they could win. I do think it's very likely they win. I think it's as likely as, I think there's really only like, maybe 3 or 4 teams that legitimately have a chance to win a championship this year. There's always that like surprise team where like you question like, wait, like, hey, is this team the team that might go all the way type thing? But I think for the most part, you kind of know like Milwaukee, the Clippers, if they can stay healthy, although I don't really believe in the Clippers. The Warriors, maybe the Celtics and the Nets, if they can stay healthy. Outside of that, I think everyone else is kind of just like they have a chance, but realistically it's not. So I think you have like 2 teams in the West and like 2 or 3 teams in the East that are very likely going to be one of the teams that win the championship this year. And I think the Warriors are one of those teams. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion, so I want to hear from you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comment section below. What do you think of the Golden State Warriors? Do you think they can get it done this year? Do you think they won't? Do you think that this is going to be a rough season for them? You think that there's going to be a lot of drama, a lot of emotion, a lot of chaos? However you feel, good, bad, ugly, somewhere in between. I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions. Let me know either way down in the comment section below.